What's up, world? It's your boy DJ47. Thanks for tuning in to our YouTube page. If you like what you see, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to us as we hit you with new videos every week. 1.
You're now listening to the sounds of KDPG Radio. Keep the party going.
Yeah, it's your boy DJ47, and this is another episode of the One Shot Jail podcast with my guest, DJ Mike. This is the 5-part interview. The 4th episode airs right now. No, we should stick to the basics. I said the base is not working anymore. Yeah. Because we were going on your IG live, and they're not showing up anymore because know why? Because you're not talking to the people who were going on our lives every Saturday at 8 and watching us, and they're not going on anymore. And you're not talking to them and communicating with them because it's your friends. Because we're in your, and saying, what do you like about the show? What don't you like? Why haven't you been on for so long? Like, what did it, am I the annoying one? Is Pat the one? Like, what's good and bad? You're not communicating. I can because those are your people. If we go onto the What Are You Drinking app, now it's our people. Now I can go communicate and C Dad can and D can and we all could. But if you just take it as I'm here for this hour or two on every Saturdays and then I go back to my life and you don't follow through with anything else, it stays here. Yeah. And the argument I have with them every week, when you leave, I'm still working at the show. I just finished editing Saturday's show. My mind is growing to what Saturday's showing on. He would look at my list that I had a bunch of phone numbers, like names, right? Oh, you rigging the battle because look at the numbers you have. I said, I don't know what these people are going to say when we call them. It's just, I know every Saturday we call people. So why not have a list of people to call? Yeah. Instead of Saturday, I don't know, man, who should I call? Dude, it's not a brand new segment we're doing. They were like, oh, you have more drinking stories than us, and we don't even drink. You don't even drink. But I know what the show is. I have stories, if it's not me drinking from the past, it's, I remember one time such and such and such and such. Yeah, but we can't record. If you cared about the product, during your week, something will pop up in your head, and then you write it down. Or you call a friend, call a cousin, and you can remember any stories of drunk nights and shit like that. Oh, that! Write it down. Because every Saturday you have to tell. We do different things, but the A and B and C.
You know the format, yeah.
And those are the frustrations that I have with, do you want to be here or not? Yeah. Because if you want to be here and you want to grow, and back to what I'm getting at of understanding these formats, because not only that, I study, because what I do, I listen to podcasts, I listen to different ones, I download apps, and I try to find out how to make money out of it. Then I listen to other podcasts to see what works, what doesn't. What we're doing here is a big part of a podcast because we have a main topic we're talking about. We chop it down to different subjects, but we're focusing on this. Yeah. And this is what a lot of the podcast does. So the next one, and then move past. They focus on something that people can graduate. If we're saying something that's interesting, people just stick around. Yeah. Now I look at this like, hey, we post this up over here. Okay, we're at 3 hours over here like that. We do segments. Yeah. Today is 1 hour. We'll do three. So now, if that 1 hour captivates them, I want to hear what part 2 says, and then I need to hear what part 3 says, something like that. And I learned that by watching the podcast because it caught me. I did it. Oh, shit, I'm not done. This is so interesting. I got to hear what's next.
Yeah, for sure.
And when we did the format and, they didn't understand it, so I had to take the phone and I promoted to all my peoples. And then I took their phone and I did it. And then they're like talking and then they look at the numbers like, oh, shit, look at these people on our live. And I'm like, yeah, because we promoted this time. All the other weeks we didn't promote. We were lucky because if you went on Instagram Live, you'll see who's live and you click on that. But now, when I send when I send you on the DM and I wrote a sentence, yo, can you go on my live real quick and answer this question for me? And then send it to everybody. Some people wasn't there at the time. Some people, whatever. But then there are people, artists clicking on it. And then when they're on, it goes back to inviting them to your conversation. Now we're talking to them. I need to know from you. We can't settle this argument. Instagram, tell us.
Yeah.
Now you invited them to the conversation.
It's interactive.
Yeah. And now when they're answering and you're saying, yes, Jess, I agree with you on that. Yes, Rebecca. Yeah. Now, we all want, no matter how much of a tough guy you think you are or think I am, we all like that pat in the back. We all like that we did good or you're listening to me.
Yeah.
Yes, they teach you to be a leader, but you have to be a leader because there are followers out there. Wu-Tang Clan blew up because they wanted to be a part. We want to be a part of something, and Wu-Tang says Wu-Tang forever, and you're all part of Wu-Tang. Rockefeller, we all threw the diamonds up. We're not signed to them, but it was just giving us something to be united with.
Yeah.
Everything busts because people want to be a part of something. These shirts sell because people bought in to what we were selling, and that they want to be a part of it. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, their movements, and I tell this to people all the time, creating a movement costs $0. It's just what you're presenting that people can get behind. I don't know if you heard a guy called DJ Stevie J. He got signed to Young Money. We know. I know him. He used to live in the neighborhood and all. Never once have I ever heard one of his mixes. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying I just never heard any of his mixes. He got signed to Young Money, and congratulations. I didn't know the level he was on. I didn't even know anything really about him until this girl that I know named Lorraine came to the barbershop one day to take her kids to get a haircut, and she had the shirt on that says, "Who is Stevie J?" I'm sure she didn't get paid for that. She just wore the shirt. She's just supporting because she wanted to be part of that movement because she was a friend of his and she wanted him to do good.
Yeah.
And that's all it took. People walking around wearing the "What are you drinking" shirts, they're gonna ask that question. I wear that. Promoting. We're working as a team. You post something on IG, you put a fire up. I put the same fire in moments.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna attract your people. It's gonna attract my people, and we have some of the same people. They're gonna see it on there every time they go on IG. What the fuck is this shit I'm seeing? And then some of them be like, "How do I get down with this?" It's just creating a movement. What's that DJ? Steve, I hate myself because I keep saying I gotta remember his last name. Akuz, is it?
Aoki?
Aoki. I keep saying it completely wrong. Steve Aoki. That's my homework assignment. To write his fucking name 100 times and repeat it. Because I like to tell the story every time and I always get his freaking name wrong. The Power of Broke, the book that I read, his story is in there. And it tells a story like, his dad, Benny Hanna's, he owned that. Yeah. And they lived in LA. And
he made his own.
You know the story. His dad, I think, didn't want him to be in the restaurant business. They just wanted him to go, but he loved the music. He flew out to New York with his girlfriend in a one-room shack. His dad didn't help him on that. Not that his dad was an asshole. It's just he didn't want that path.
Right.
So he went to New York and grinded. And then what he did, he turned his little box of an apartment into a workshop. And he just would DJ in this little local bars and all, and created a movement. And then a lot of well-known artists would show up to these bars and like, who the fuck is this dude? And he created a movement just because of his passion. And everybody came in and worked in that little one room apartment that him and his girlfriend were living in. And nobody was getting paid. They just followed the movement. And when he bust, they all came with him, and now they're all eating. Yeah. But it goes back to there's a movement that you have to start, and then people will get behind it. I believe people are behind the "What are you drinking" movement. And what I'm trying to share with them is we got a following. What do we do with it?
Yeah.
It's our responsibility. We're leading the pack. It's our responsibility to be the leaders. And that is going and communicating with these people and getting them to get involved. I got 2 people right now who's promoting right now. And I just realized that. I got one in New York, and if you go on his IG, his description is saying KDPG Radio, New York, and this, and I'm like, yeah. I'm not saying this. No, you're not. Yeah, you are.
No.
I sent him a shirt like, yo, hold that down. What do you need on my end? Let me know. Do I need to go up to New York and set up? He came down here. We did an episode of his. He wanted to do a podcast. We did his Steve style. It is the #1. I posted up. It's on Spotify and Apple. It's the #1 out of all of our shows, right? Doing the biggest numbers right now.
Wow.
I'm hoping this one takes over because I like this conversation.
Well, speaking of which, so I like the conversation. I like everything that we talked about, but I think we got to talk about what's next. So what's next? Like,
Yeah.
What are we doing next?
Yeah, that's the main reason why you came here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's exactly right. I get caught up in, like I said, when I throw the headphones on, and I'm like, whoa, this, and I get lost in it. What is next? Explain to me what is next. You walked in here 3 hours ago, wanted to talk business, and I'm like, can I hit record? Come on, let me hit record.
and it has been honestly a great conversation.
Yeah.
Because how long have we known each other? Like on and off, like 7-8 years.
Has it been that long?
I think so.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Since like 2013, 2012, 2013.
Let me see something real quick. Yeah, and I met you through Matt and them. Yeah. How are they doing?
I have not talked to Matt in a while, to be honest.
Yeah.
Jessica hit me up for my birthday. It was actually Fern's birthday today. I don't know if you remember Fern, their other roommate.
I just knew Matt and Luke.
Oh yeah. Luke passed away. I don't know if you know that.
Damn.
But that was tough. And I haven't really seen Matt.
I know he wasn't doing well, and one time when I seen him, it was a close call. Like he told me he almost passed.
Yeah.
And I was always nervous because it was like what he told me what was wrong. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So, when did he pass?
I want to say 3 years ago.
Damn.
In November.
That's how long time flies.
Yeah, man.
I mean, last time he was working at Bonefish. No. He was working at Back and Forth. It was Bahama Breeze.
And on the border.
And on the border.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah, and actually, it came as a shock to me when I heard about it because I knew that he was working back and forth there. He had his baby mama. He had his girl, and they had a baby on the way, and you gotta appreciate life while you have it, bro.
How did he pass?
It
was something wrong with his heart or something like that, right?
Yeah, I don't have all the details. I just know it was tough on the family, and he was too young to.
Yeah. I know because he's younger than me, and he was younger than Matt. Yeah, man. Well, rest in peace, Luke. I mean, he was good people and all like that. I was always cool with them.
For sure.
Yeah.
And after that, Matt had kind of been living up north a little bit, like not too far. Just like I moved out of the area, he also moved out of the area, and it's just been we haven't reconnected. But anytime I talk to any of them, they always tell me everyone's okay, everyone's doing good. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we've known each other for a minute.
Yeah. Now when I looked and I saw Matt, I'm like, yes, time flying. But yes.
Yeah.
That's why I have you. Under Mike Matt, so I know who's who and like that.
For sure.
So yeah, so the question you asked is what's next, and I like to be a leader and all like that, and but my thing is, and some people might hate when I do that, is I turn and I ask you guys that, because my thing is, yeah. Like whatever you want to do, let's go. You know?
And that's
so
fun.
you
That's
tell
fun.
me what you want to do, and then let's paint the picture. Like, here's the thing with me. I want people to come on board and work together and all like that. And if you put that trust in me, believe me, my grind is to make sure that you don't get sick of this and saying, what's next? You know, unless it's what next we're going to do on a break, because you're eating. I'm finding ways, like as they show up I'm finding ways. Okay, YouTube, how do you make money? You need 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 hours. We already did the 4,000 hours. We had 100, we need 900 more and all. Okay, how else can I find out? Oh, you post this over here. You need sponsors and your donation. I find ways to, okay, how do you guys make money? But then selling the shirts, you guys get a percentage of the shirts. Like, I was trying to find ways to make sure you guys are eating off this to keep you happy and all like that. But when you're working in a small group that's not a multimillionaire, this is marketing and this and that, we all have to play our part, meaning online talent, whatever the case is, but you still have to promote. Because everyone promoting makes
you still gotta wear all the hats.
Yeah. So what's next?
Yeah, I mean, the reason I asked what's next is, like I said, I mean, we've known each other for a while, and I think this is the first time we've ever like really sat down and had like a real conversation. Because we know we DJ, we know that we you know I play music, I've done my acting thing and this and that here and there, and I've seen your mixes. I knew about the What Are You Drinking podcast, but I didn't know about the other stuff. Like. This has been a really in-depth conversation to understand who you are as an artist, and I think to let you know who I am as an artist. Yeah,
especially I learned a lot about the whole acting and like that, and what you do and where you go. And I want to see those videos. I want you, when we're done, to send me these links. I want to watch.
Not only do I want to send you those links, but I also want to...
Oh, yeah. Here's these are giveaways over to us.
Right. I earned my cup today.
Yeah.
Usually I'm drinking soda.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm usually drinking water.
Yeah, that's what I should be drinking, but Coca-Cola got me.
Yeah.
Sponsor. No, I mean, having this conversation with you today is just, it's like, wow, there's a lot of stuff that we should be doing together. You know what I mean? I didn't know about the radio station. Like, I'm dying to go pick up my DJ set, bring it over here. Let's get on the radio station.
Well, you don't even have to
show me some stuff.
Well, you don't even have to bring your DJ set. You just have to bring your laptop with your music, because the DJ set is already here. All you have to do is plug up, and then we connect you to the other computer where the radio station is. And all you do is start. Because I had the 24-hour radio station in this room where all my mixes are on there. So as we're talking, the radio station is on. If I were to turn this laptop on right now and hit record live, this conversation will be on the radio station right now.
That's awesome.
What's wicked about it is it's live on this monitor, this computer. But like when you go into that room, and then as soon as we hit live on here, that one stops, and then you go live. And then when you stop, it continues with that one. So it's 24/7.
You got to show me that whole setup. That's amazing.
Yeah. And one of the things that, you talk about what's next and like that is because I've seen how much damage a radio station can do, because I was on the radio station, and it was underground. It wasn't 99 Jams. It wasn't The Beat. It wasn't. It was an underground station, and I seen the damage it did when I did my event. Now, I don't care when anyone wants to tell me, "Oh, I'm a great promoter." I'm appreciative of all the compliments I got, but I knew those numbers that I drew was because I had the radio station to promote with me on it, and all the DJs on there talking about it. Yeah. I saw what happens when you build a team. That radio station was a family, I always begged him to bring it back up, and he was like, "No, because too much politics and the wires and the government. They get in a lot of trouble. FDA and I get it. I don't trying to put anyone in trouble, but I knew what the results did. So when I did mines, I said I wanted DJs in and out to come through.
Yeah,
I wanted it 24/7, at least not if not 24/7, 7 days out the week, at least a new DJ, whatever, every day. Because if you're there, obviously think about it, 7 days, 7 DJs. That's 7 different promotions. If you're going on the radio, you mean to tell me you're not going to tell your people, hey, listen to this station, I'm about to go live.
For sure.
I mean, I would. I do this shit all the time.
For sure.
And you're bringing your audience, I'm bringing my audience. Now my audience is going to listen to you, your audience is going to listen to me. And then this is my vision. I just wanted to do the same thing that we did with the Blaze. The more DJs on the radio and promoting and doing their thing and bringing their audience together to promote this one, Rizzo says it all the time, when you form these teams, one common goal.
Yeah.
If we all had that one common goal, shit bust. Now we can throw our own parties, because this is another hat that I've worn, promoting my own events. I promoted for other people, but I've thrown my own events. Now we could throw our own events where you're DJing and you're promoting. Obviously, your people's going to come see you as well as my people are going to come see me. But they're not going to leave when I'm done performing because they're having a good time at the party. So now they're going to hear you perform. And then we're all bringing each other a brand new audience.
For sure.
But it's because of KDPG Radio.
Yeah.
We going to throw the best parties because I know how to throw the best parties and all. And we can do this every month.
No, we talked about that not too long ago. I remember standing here talking to you about how I wanted the next step to be like throwing my own parties, like literally talking about that. Because at the end of the day, when you're throwing your own party, you don't have to. Not that this happens all the time, but you don't have to hear somebody that doesn't know what you know telling you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And in my experience, and I know you've had that experience too.
Recently.
Like, I remember you told me. Well, we were talking about that, and you were telling me about that club gig. That, this one guy understood, the other guy didn't understand, and you had to listen to both.
I basically got fired for doing a great job.
Yeah.
That's not what they wanted.
Yeah.
The crowd was too excited.
Yeah.
They were dancing too much.
And I told you, I just a little bit before that happened to you, I had gone through the same experience. I got hired by some people, and we had the place bumping, we had the place live, and they were like, no, we're trying to make this a quiet night. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, then why the hell did you hire music?
Yeah, exactly. And I told them that too. I said, you got the wrong DJ.
Yeah.
I said, I'm shooting myself in the foot, but I'm not the calm DJ.
Yeah.
I'm the chaotic DJ.
Yeah, I'm not the DJ that's gonna play you dinner music.
Yeah. I'm not the guy.
I mean, I can. When I'm at a wedding, I do. But
for that moment.
But that's not my forte.
But you gotta remember.
Like, I'm always waiting for the party to start.
Exactly. But a wedding, dinner music is that small gap. It's not the whole party.
Right. And not only that, like, people don't realize, like, at the beginning of the dinner time of the wedding, you set the mood for dinner, but as soon as I start seeing one person gets up, two person gets up, three person gets up, they're walking to the dance floor, they're kind of like already jiving, like that's signal for me to get the party started. I'm not like, oh, let me get these people back in their seats for dinner.
I always choose to tell the story whenever I get hired, and I sit down with them to get their vision. I take my notes. Okay, how long you need me for? 4 to 10? Okay. I break down a story. Everything I do, I tell the story. Yeah. Of course, when the party's going on, this might not work with this. This music you might have to, obviously, because you got to feel the atmosphere. Always. But if you've been doing it as long as I have, majority of the time, that that list that I broke down, that story that I told you, is usually accurate and like that. But yeah, it'll always be a little twist here and there. But I'm always telling a story. That beginning time is vibe here and this and that, and it pumps up. It's like you're taking them on the level, then you might bring them back down because now it's cut the cake, and then it's a roller coaster, it's a ride. And I always like to tell the story, and every event that I do, I always give it a title, and I write the script. The script is designing the music of not recording. I'm gonna play this song, then it's the genre of music. I'm gonna go into this, then lead into that, and then even flip it, blah blah blah, and that. I like to always tell a story, like that, and that's what's been making me great. Being organized. I've been becoming a better DJ because I practice and I'm organized and I'm always on time.
It's funny. I always tell people, like, it's kind of like you said, like people think, oh, I'm just hiring you to DJ the party. And you're going to make your money playing 4 to 6 hours a week. And I'm like, no, you have no idea. Like, the party is kind of like the payoff. Mm-hmm. But during the week, the other 6 days of the week, I'm cycling through music, getting all the new stuff, getting everything. Not only getting it, but organizing it. Yeah. Like, man, if you look at my DJ library, it's organized in such a detailed way that to the average person it might look crazy and neurotic. Yeah. But to me, it's like it's essential. Like I have everything broken down into playlists for exactly this moment, for this perfect thing. Just so that when that moment comes, I'm ready to.
Yeah, it's organized to you. It may not be organized to everyone else, but it's organized, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be organized towards you and all like that.
And I'll give things names like, oh, this is club dance electronic hip hop. And somebody look at it and be like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, bro, this is like that dancey club electronic hip hop. Like, Usher does some of that. You got a little bit of that with Pitbull. You got a little bit of that with some of these R&B stars like Chris Brown and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
And I do the same thing. I design it to how I think, and it works again. And it's exactly what you said. Like if you're booking me, and the day you give me that deposit, you have me until the end of the night. Yeah. So if you book me for August and you paid me in June, you have me till then. You can call me. Hey, I was thinking of this and then blah blah blah. What I do is you tell me the hours and I'll make a mix with those 6 hours. I'll make a 6 hours mix. Depending, sometimes I don't like to give them because I don't want them to. Hey, here's the party, and when the party happens, you're like, oh, you already know what's next. I don't I like the surprise and all. But some people, I'll ask them, do you want to hear it? And I'll send them my link to the website. They can check it out. But I like to make those practice mix. It won't be the best mix in the world. Yeah. Because I'm just running through tunes to see if this song matches this. And then when I switch to the next genre, does it work? I told this one kid that was a potential DJ, and it was that New Year's party. I was telling you that first New Year's party, and I told him the key is to be able to switch genres of music, even though this genre is working because they're vibing, they're dancing. But if you can switch it to another genre and keep the party going, then you're doing good. Yeah. Funny thing is, another reason why I love wrestling is, like I said, I watch the details opposed to just watching the characters and all. I treat the music like how they treat their structure. Like, for instance, where do we go from here? Radio station, you're DJing, I'm DJing, 4 or 5 other DJs, and then we're building together and like that because the goal is to start throwing parties and making money now. And this is a structure that I have, like how wrestling has it. Monday and Fridays are their weekly events. What people don't realize is those are their promotional events to sell you on the pay-per-views. Right. I'm building this story. This guy hates this person because you took my girlfriend, this and that, and I'll see you at WrestleMania. Yeah. The goal is, I want to see WrestleMania. I'm going to pay the $54. I want to buy the tickets to go see it. All these can be free, because they are free. You watch it in USA, you watch it on, they're free. They're just promoting for the big events.
Right.
So my thing is, and then they have their monthly pay-per-views, and then they have the big WrestleMania. So my thing is, why don't we have that for our parties? Why not have a monthly event that we throw? That's that monthly pay-per-views, that they're kind of throwaway pay-per-views, but they still make money.
Right.
Until we can build an audience where we can have that weekly, the Friday and the Saturday one, the Monday and Friday, like what they have, Monday Night Raw, they have SmackDown. Build the audience that we can now do our weekly thing.
Yeah.
And our weekly thing is promoting that once a month. We're still doing the once a month parties. The weekly thing is just promoting the big one, the once a month. So it could be a free lounge or some shit like that we do every Friday and every Saturday, but we're promoting for, don't forget, this Sunday live, all you can eat, whatever, this and that, blah, blah, the tickets are $40 to get in, blah, 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 da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And then that weekly thing promotes the once a month party that we probably have gimmicks, a foam party or lingerie party. And that's what those once a month, now we have, what do you call it? Not gimmicks, it's themes.
Right.
Then it leads into the big one, our WrestleMania, our Super Bowl, or because the weekly thing is promoting the big of the monthly thing. The monthly thing is promoting our WrestleMania, our Super Bowl, our World Series, which is, I would think, would be my gift event that I do, because we're going on the 6th one like that.
Yeah.
That drew 2,000 people. Because the weekly thing is going to bring 100 and maybe 300 people. The monthly thing should be bringing on 500 to 1,000 people and shit like that. And then the main event should be bringing 2 to 3 to 5,000 people. Because that's going to be special. Yeah. You're going to have someone special that's going to be there, or whatever the case is. Or that's when, fuck having someone special. We don't need no damn art. We are the specialty. Yeah. It's just now our shit is fireworks.
Spectacular, yeah. Pyrotechnics.
Techniques, girls spitting fires and boom, boom, boom. It's special. Because the weekly thing might be a free event or just $10 to get in. The once a month thing is the $40, $50 to get in. This one is now, I don't know, 80 different prices.
Yeah, for sure.
40, 80, 100. This is what you get with A, B, C, D, and this and that.
And I love that it's the holidays, New Year's. Man, I've been telling people I don't want to do another New Year's party. Not because I don't like New Year's parties, but usually when I do New Year's parties, everybody that's everybody is at some big crazy event. So it's hard to make the draw that you want. I've done New Year's parties and they tell me, oh yeah, we're expecting 200, 300 people.
Same thing.
And then it ends up being 20 to 30 people.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's a bad party. It's New Year's, whatever. I've always had fun. I've always enjoyed the people that I'm there with or whatever. But I always realize that the problem is that the 200 people you thought you were going to get already made plans to be at this bigger event on Miami Beach or in Coral Gables or, one of these hot spots. And I would love to throw a fucking badass New Year's party, bro. Fireworks and all.
But I believe, I just told you a vision. I don't know if you agree or disagree with that.
No, I agree wholeheartedly.
That's kind of what I was telling the people who do the 9 Mile Music Festival. It's like, you need to have something to keep them. If you're just doing something once a year and all, there's so much, especially in Miami, there's so much thing going on where it's like, yeah, we know that, but, I'm so invested in them because they're not, because also it feels like you're just taking our money Because you're here once a year, you put the show on, you take our money, it's a good show, whatever, but then I don't hear from you ever again. I don't feel like family.
Yeah.
You know, when you do something every week and like that, and I don't know what happens is there's certain people who come in every week, now you get to know them and all like that. Yeah. Now those certain people might bring in other people, and then they become your promoters.
Yeah. No, and I definitely love the idea of what you're talking about, like doing smaller events that lead to bigger events that eventually lead to this one massive culminating badass event.
And the goal is, you know, the once a month event can't be the weekly event, because the weekly event is just supposed to be chill. You know, because why do I care about going to this once a month event when it's just going to be like every freaking yeah. And then your main event can't be none of them combined.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny that you say that, because I've been to like bars and clubs that have a following, and they'll do that. Like they'll promote an event like as being a special event, but then you get there and it's the same DJ that's there every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, doing the same mix. Mm-hmm. You know, like no decorations, no extra pizzazz or like showmanship. Like just, hey, we got you out here.
Yeah, and you know, it also would be good an idea, because my vision would be starting off with the once a month event, because promoting a weekly thing is tough, because I've done it. Yeah. It's like once you promote it for Friday and it's over with, you're still promoting for next week, and you got to come up with being clever. How do I keep it? So you only have 6 days till the next one shows up. At least once a month you have 4 weeks.
For sure.
You know? And it's still, even if it's every 3 months or whatever the case is, it's better, you know. But I would always start off with that, doing every 3 months or every month, until you build that audience that you can now afford to do a weekly thing.
For sure.
You have to have that following.
Man, and producing anything weekly, that's another thing. When we were doing that series, we put that pressure on ourselves
every week,
every Friday.
Yeah,
at 6:00 we're going live.
Yeah,
and this thing needs to be edited, in the can, done, ready to go, so that the host can have it and introduce the videos, and we go live.
Yeah,
you know,
and
that is, bro, a 20 to 30 minute Facebook live with a bunch of people collaborating with sketches is still hard as shit.
Yeah, but that makes what's that, pressure bust pipes like that that makes soldiers out of you guys. You know, that's only preparing you for what's next to come, and that becomes easy.
No, for sure. But and the pressure helps, but I'm just saying, like, it's an undertaking.
Yeah,
like producing anything, whether it be video content, whether it be a show, whether it be a gig, whatever. Producing things on a weekly basis,
you have to be all in.
For sure.
Yeah, you have to. Was it you? No, it was a friend of mine the other day. He was telling me how when he lived in New York, he had a friend of his that did a lot of editing. But he would just lock himself in the room. He wouldn't even see him for 3 months because this man is in his room. And then one day he had to knock on the door, like, dude, are you good? Like, you're just in there editing all day. And then he's like, yo, show me what you're doing like that. So he ended up showing him what he did. And he's like, this shit looked like fantasy.
Final Fantasy?
Yeah. He said it was so fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And it's because he dedicated his time. Yeah. And that's why I said when I go and I edit stuff or I design flyers and all, I do it to cut costs and to get it done, because I need so much to be done every week that I'm just cutting costs. But it's not, if I show you a flyer and you're like, it's not the best in the world, like, I know that, because I'm not going to sit there and learn something in 3 or 4 days and think that I'm better than the people who's been doing this for fucking 10 freaking years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to find little templates and just enter to add this, just put the date, throw my face on, and do the best that I possibly can. Yeah. Music is my direction and shit. I'm not going to skip on it. But it's like, I know I got to get these things done. And if I had someone there who knows what they're doing and understand the blueprint of what we're trying to do and can make those sacrifices like we all are, then great. If not, then I got to do it myself and do. But I know that I'm not nowhere near where these people are. Like here's an example. Like we did an event in the Grove. It was called Chicago. That was the name of the venue. And this goes about the whole money situation. I try to find ways to make money for people and all. So we'll throw an event. I'm putting up all the bread. Yeah. I get it. I'm taking the risk. This is my passion. This is another thing I'm trying to explain, that work with people who want to do the same thing you do, because when you have people who want to help, want you to succeed, but that's not their passion. Oh, I'm thankful that you want me to do well, but if it's not your passion, you can care less if it succeeds or fails. You're just here for a good time, not for a long time. And if it fails, you'll go about your business. You're not going to put up any money for it because you don't really care for it. So I'm the one who's putting up all the money for it, not crying about it. Just, this is a story. So we throw the event, and they're letting everyone in for free because we're all promoting things. The way to get people to come in is to make them come in free and shit like that.
You better be giving me a good percentage of that bar.
Well, they said you had to make $2,000 before you start seeing the percentage, right? I hate that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and then, but they gave us all drink passes to give to them people. I said I don't want no drink passes and shit. I want to try to make money at the door. If not, I need them to fucking buy liquor so I can get that damn $2,000 off so I can make some percentage. Which I dated a lot of bartenders, and they all told me that they all scheme the receipts and all. Like, you're never gonna win in that. That's why I.
No, that's a terrible arrangement.
Yeah. So the guy lets everyone in for free, and got to stack up drink passes and start heading into all their people and all. And it was a packed night. I mean, for what the place was a small place, so 100 people was packed. So I don't know exactly the amount of people that was there. So the end of the night comes, and I go to the to the box to see what was made, and nothing was made. Nothing was made at the door because you basically let everyone in for free, only a couple of dollars and shit. And now we're going to count out the bar to see did we hit the 2,000. And she's like, yo, like, nigga, like, this dude was giving everybody free drink passes and like that. So now it's time to cash people out. All fairness, he did bring majority of the people, more than me, more than the other two promoters and then like that. So, but there was no money that was made. So I was like, okay, the only thing that was made was $40 at the door.
Right.
You would think that I should get the money because I put the money up. I put way more than $40, but you would think that the investor should get his money before anyone else. So I said, in good faith, because he did bring majority of the people, here, take the $40. He's a little drunk and all, and he's pissed off now. He's like, I did all this and only get $40 and all like that. And I'm like, well, you have to understand. Yes, you brought majority of the people, but everyone got in for free and drank for free. So where's the income? How can I pay you when everyone's for free? It's either they get in for free or you give them drinks for free. Yeah. You can't give them both because now there's no income. The club doesn't make any money. The investor doesn't make any money. How can I pay you out? I'm supposed to put more in. The goal is to get the re-up money. If anything, if I don't make any money at the door, or any money,
at least break even.
Something, so I can use that money to promote next week. Yeah. You're getting money that I should go in my pocket so I can put it towards next week thing. And it was a big issue. And then it goes back to, you don't understand the game. You didn't take the risk I took, so you don't understand why you're lucky to get this $40 when I should be cutting your head off because you gave everybody free shit. Yeah. And it was a big argument, but it also goes back to like, well, you didn't understand the game, and this is why there's always a falling out. And you were doing me a favor, which I said I don't want nobody to do me any favors. If you want to be a part of this, Let's build something.
Yeah.
You know, do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
Because whether you join me or not, I'm still going to do my thing. Just like the meeting I had earlier today, I said, yo, find these people, let's do this interview. Because guess what? If you leave here and you go home, you go take your nap, what you said you're going to go do, I'm going to go back home and keep working.
Yeah.
Before you called me, I was editing. When I go back home, I'm going to continue editing. I'm going to keep doing this shit.
Yeah.
So if you want to be part of it, be my guest. You're going to get someone who's not going to sleep, is going to work his ass off. And if you join the team, now I got to work my ass off to make sure you don't leave and you're happy over here. So I'm going to figure ways out so you're good. We're talking to the DJ. If we're going to do this thing, you're going to come on the radio station. Okay, now it's time to make that motion of how I'm going to throw these parties, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that. Yeah. So you get income coming in. And now instead of you be like, yo, what up? What's your DJ name?
DJ Mikey Forte.
DJ Mikey, yo, what up? It's DJ Mikey Forte live on the KDPG Radio. Check me out, blah, blah. Now, you throwing parties, you getting fan bases off the radio station, your social media is climbing up all because of this. Yeah. Now you're gonna be like, yo, DJ Mikey Forte, KDPG. Yeah, that's what we rep. That's what you're gonna be on the. They used to make fun of me when I was part of my crew Echo Chamber. They were like, oh, I'm the monkey hanging on like Echo Chamber because I was so proud to be part of that. The goal is to make people proud of where they at. And
yeah, for sure, bro.
That's why when it comes to these parties now, that $2,000, and then I'm like, fuck you. How much is it for the whole fucking club? Yeah. Buy out the whole fucking bar. I learned that. Yeah. You buy out the whole. You spend that extra couple $1,000s on the spot, then you could let everybody in for free. Just do the math.
Yeah.
What? Just remember this number. 333 people times 40. Just do that math whenever you get a chance. I've been doing this math since the last party I threw because I'm like, I'm never doing that fucking deal ever again. Yeah. I'm owning the whole thing. Yeah. And when you get a chance, that match should say 15,000.
Yeah, we talked about that.
You know? So imagine if you got a promoter to bring in 330, that means, and then you invested $15,000, right? And then you got one or two good promoters that bring in that. That's your money back. Yeah. Now imagine you got another couple of promoters to do the same thing. After that, it's all profit. Yeah. Imagine 1,000 people show up and they spend $40, and I'm talking about $40 on anything.
$40,000.
And I'm talking about $40 on anything, either for their entrance, which could be 10. I'd calculated on how much they spend at the bar. Yeah. I don't even drink, and I spend nearly $100 at the bar. When I did my research and went to bartenders and asked locals when they go out, how much you think you spend at the bar? And I said, you think you spend about $40? They all laughed at me. 40? Well, I wish.
Yeah. No,
so
for sure.
I had to do an average. Maybe, it's not $40 at the bar. Maybe it's, $10 or $20 at the door and then $20 at the drink. Maybe you bought or I got to calculate like, okay, maybe it's $40 because maybe this one person is at the club and he somehow got in for free and he's just not spending any money at the bar. So you can't calculate him. But then you can add that person who just bought $100 bottles or whatever the case is. And So it's like,
man, look, I'll put it to you this way. If we're talking about a club in Miami,
yeah,
and someone's spending $40, they're not having a good time. Because that means that person came in, bought 2 beers, maybe tipped, and left.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we're going to throw a party like that.
Yeah. And I think I'm dropping too much jewels, giving too much about blueprint and shit right now. But here's the thing. I love it, though. And when I say $15,000, that $15,000 covers everything.
Yeah.
Meaning, if the party, God forbid, flops, everyone is taken care of. I'm talking about DJs, promoters, barbacks, bartenders, security, cops, everything.
Yeah.
And the venue, forgot the venue.
Yeah.
Promoters. And when I say 15,000, that shit could be even chopped down more. Because I'm saying 15,000 because $2,000, $4,000, $6,000 is going to 3 major promoters.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm going to pay you $2,000. All I'm asking you is to bring 333 people. That's all I'm asking you to do. Hey, yo, I'm going to pay you $2,000. All I'm asking you to be 300. You're telling 3 promoters, take that $2,000, fill it with your team, do whatever.
I mean, that's the thing. Look, you're going to get results with that because you're paying people money to do their job.
Yeah.
And automatically...
The right people.
Well, that's what I mean. Like you're paying people that do this for a living to do their job.
Yeah.
And automatically, you know, in my experience, when you pay people to do their job, they deliver. As opposed to, we're going to throw this party with 3 promoters that we're going to cut them a deal. Hey, if you bring this many people, you'll make this. Or,
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I was doing.
Or you do you hook me up for free. You know, like you do this promotion for me. You come to the party and whatever we make, I'll give you a split. Like when you make those deals with people, you're not paying them up front, and it's kind of like what you said. Like they don't have a vested interest. Yeah. But if you go up to a promoter and you're like, yo, I know you're a proven promoter. I just need you to bring 333 people. A proven promoter, if you pay him his $2,000, it'll be like 333. I can do better than that, man. You know.
Yeah, because my theory of that, some will take the bait, some don't. My theory is that if you're a proven promoter and you throw your own events and like that, this is you taking less of the risk,
right,
and reaping the reward.
Right.
You're getting $2,000 and you didn't have to put a dime up.
Right.
You just have to do what you do.
Right.
And then if you're a promoter, let's say you brought maybe 1,000 to your own shit, 300 people and shit.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to basically give you the night off.
Yeah.
Take no risk and reap all the rewards. Now, when I say $15,000, it calculates to ABCD. It even adds to the venue, because I asked the venue like how much it will give me the venue. I asked different venues, so it's anywhere between 5,000 to 12,000 that different venues say, and 12,000 is on the beach,
right?
You know, that's what they told me, and you might not even have to use that $6,000, because what ended up happening is we build an army that you don't have to, you're going to feed your army, but you might not have to spend 6, you might just have to spend 3.
Yeah.
Just hold that down. So then that 15 comes down to 12,000 and all. Depending on what venue you get, you can even drop it even more. And that's including buying the liquor as well. Yeah. And the permit is all that's calculated. Like I've been doing this math for years. Meaning, everything. And then it's structuring. Like, dude, I'm I don't know what type of, I'm not MacGyver, I don't know, some mad scientist when it comes to the parties, because I've done successful and I've done failures. And even some successful events I did, I walked away with no money, or why is that? Yeah. You know, I remember when I did the mansion parties and it was crazy packed. Okay, I had to do more than 2,000 at the bar. Oh, well, nobody was really buying anything. Nobody really bought any bottles. I only sold extra. He told me, I remember one time he said he only sold 4 or 5 bottles. I'm like, are you mad? We took pictures of the event. Yeah. This VIP section alone had 4 bottles.
Yeah. No, any time. That's why I said I hate that deal, because that's like the default deal for people in Miami who are just trying to fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So it's okay, just how much is your venue cost?
Yeah.
Get out of here. You have your security? Okay, how much is security going to cost? I know how much security costs. So let me see if you're going to fuck me over with security. I know how much cops cost. I know how much paying the head cop and then getting the other cops to get in. And I know how much all this costs. So are you going to screw me? How much is your security going to cost? Oh, it's. I believe it's like I have the paper. It's either $12 an hour or something like that. Oh, you want to charge $20? Don't worry about it. I got my security team. I do ice.
Yeah.
I got X about it. How much you know you can do better than that? Oh, okay, boom.
Yeah.
I can either use your security because your security knows your fucking venue, but if you're gonna try to screw me over when I know the deal and like that, that's okay. I have security. I have security on speed dial. Yeah. And my head security is a bail bond, so if anything goes in trouble, he'll bail you out the jail at the same time.
Yeah.
Mad scientist, I calculated how many shots is in a bottle. A half a shot, you can get 24 shots. I mean, one shot, you can get 24. A double shot is only 12 shots. Okay, how much are we... Now, okay, so how much are we charging for a shot? Yeah. Okay, how much is going to take... Okay, this bottle, how much we charging for this bottle?
Well, yeah, I mean, bro, and when it comes down to that, if you need, I did bar manager, I did bar sales. I know I could get us cases for free, put it that way. And like if we're buying liquor, I could get us, here, you buy this, and we'll throw in this for free. 2 heads is better than 1.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
You might bring something more to the table that I don't have, and vice versa, and that's the goal. The other thing is, then you hired. I have bartenders as well, and then you hire a waitress, and you tell them who wants to buy bottles, bring them to the VIP. Make sure you pour the drinks out.
Yeah.
Make sure when they finish, make sure they finish that bottle ASAP.
Yeah.
And then let them know either you got to buy another bottle or, we got people who...
Are ready for the VIP?
Yeah.
I know.
I didn't know that. And nobody taught me that. It's just me sitting down in this house by myself and saying, where did I go wrong?
Man, you never gone to the club and you buy a bottle and you're like, damn, how do we drink that so fast? I only have 1 drink.
I seen a girl drink a whole, what bottle was that? Belvedere bottle by herself in seconds. And we just had a conversation, maybe an hour. I'm not calling her out, and it was just, that's how fast they go.
Yeah.
And I don't drink, and that's the worst thing that they hate, is that I'm in the club doing this. Back to like the wrestling and live in the club.
Yeah.
You see something different. You see look at that girl shaking her ass. Yeah, I saw that too. But I also see everything.
Yeah.
I see why the DJ changed this thing. I see the lights and over there. I see how the waitress is working, the bartender's going, I'm just doing this. I remember one time I went to Blue Martini with this girl, and she's like, I'm not gonna drink tonight. Like we're with her friends and all. And she's like watching them all act the fool because they're drunk. And she's like, man, this is what you see every night when you because you don't drink. And I said, baby girl, I'm not paying attention to them acting the fool like that. Let them have their fun. I'm watching the bar back. I'm watching the bartender. I'm watching the DJ. I'm watching the crowd. I'm listening to the music. That could have been a better mix and shit like that. How are they reacting to the song? I don't care. Let them enjoy their fucking night. As long as they're not causing chaos and interrupting someone else's night and fighting and like that. Yeah. Get drunk. Do you. Just because I don't drink doesn't mean you can't.
Yeah.
But that's what I do. This is my livelihood. I said I would always throw another event, but it's going to be done right. And we're controlling the whole shit.
Yeah.